Hey, what's up everyone? Today we're going to look at the probability of getting the villagers that you want in Animal Crossing New Horizons using the Nook Mystery Islands. One thing to note before we get started is that the probabilities we'll be talking about today only apply to the game after you get your first 5 villagers, because the first 5 are locked into specific personality types. Your first 2 villagers, the ones that move to the island with you, are jock and sisterly personality types, and the 3 villagers following that will be lazy, normal, and peppy personality types. The first thing we need to consider when talking about probability is how the RNG works when you go to a mystery island. For those of you unaware, RNG stands for Random Number Generator, and is commonplace in many video games as part of the code for controlling things related to luck and probability. As the name suggests, a random number is chosen or rolled for out of a range of numbers, and the result affects outcomes in the game. Think of it like rolling a pair of dice when playing a board game. In Animal Crossing New Horizons, every time you visit a mystery island, RNG determines what villager you come across during each visit. In our case, we're basing what we know off of the analysis done by Belltree Forms user CTAR17. Based on their analysis of data collected by Belltree Forms users Selkie, Sheba, and Forbidden Secrets, CTAR17 was able to determine with a high level of confidence that the game rolls for villager species first, and then rolls again within that species for the villager you will encounter on the island. I've put a link to the post in the description if you want to read it yourself. So what does this mean? Well, there are 35 species in the game, so you have a 1 in 35 chance to encounter any one of the given species, and you're just as likely to encounter one of the species as you are for any other. That being said, there are a different number of villagers within each species. Take the octopi for example. There are only 3 of them, so after the game rolls for species and results in octopi, on the second roll there are only 3 different villagers the game can roll for. In contrast, let's take the example that you're looking for Raymond. Well, there are 23 cat villagers, so after your first roll with a 1 in 35 chance to encounter a cat, you then have another roll with a 1 in 23 chance of encountering Raymond. Before you break out your calculator, I'll make this easy for you. That's a 0.12% chance of encountering Raymond, which makes your odds approximately 1 in 834. So, does that mean if you get 834 Nook Miles tickets, you're guaranteed to find Raymond? Well, no. We also need to consider duplicates. That's right, if you haven't experienced this already, you can run into the same villager more than once in your quest. And this is because each time the game rolls its RNG, the result is unique. The game doesn't care about what villagers you've seen already. It starts with a fresh roll every time. You can think about this kind of like a coin flip. So if I flip a coin 3 times, there's no guarantee that I'm going to get heads. I could get tails 3 times in a row. So I'm not going to get into the specific probabilities for finding a specific villager when it comes to this, because there's so many different outcomes that it's just kind of a big question mark of who knows. That being said, this analysis is still very helpful to us. It shows us how hard it is to find a specific villager within a species. Those species with less villagers are a lot easier to target, while the species with more villagers are a lot harder. Sorry, cat lovers. Now that we've taken a look at that, it's worth noting that I've also seen a lot of great videos about how to get specific villagers using the campsite feature as well as through Amiibo, and I would highly recommend you check some of those out. Some of those methods are going to be a lot more mile-friendly than grinding out the Nook Miles tasks in attempts to hunt for that one specific villager you want. However, if you have a decently sized list of villagers you'd be happy to take on your Mystery Island adventures, Nook Mile Islands are still a really fun way to try your luck. Happy hunting!